Hello once again on Dallas Cowboys Nation. The Dallas Cowboy latest news on the training camp heats up, the competition reaches another level. The Dallas Cowboys have officially entered one of the most important stages of their preparation for the 2026 NFL season, and the intensity at the training camp continues to rise every single day. Coaches, veterans, rookie, and front office executives all understood that every practice matter and every snap could determine who earns a place on the final 53-man roster, who can get left behind. There is different atmosphere surrounding the Cowboys this year. Expectations remain incredibly high, but there is also renewed a sense of urgency after falling short of their championship ambitions. The organization is determined to build a tougher, a more disciplined, and more balanced football team. So for Dak Prescott, who is the one leading the offense, a quarterback, Dak Prescott has looked confident and composed throughout a camp. Reports from the practice, so they indicate that he has shown an excellent chemistry with his receiver while demonstrating complete command of the offensive system. So for his leadership has been one of the biggest taking points as he continues helping a younger player to adapt while setting the standard during every workout. The coaching staff wants Dak Prescott entering week 1 healthy, sharp, and full prepared to lead what they believe can become one of the NFC's most dangerous offenses. Positions battles for becoming a more competitive in this season. So perhaps the most exciting storylines in the camp is a fierce competition for the roster spots. Several young players have surprised the coaches with impressive performances, especially on defense and special teams. Undrafted players and recent draft selection, knowing that every practice is essentially a job interview, and many have responded with outstanding efforts. Ty and Micro Trig has attracted attention after making a difficult catches in the practice, while linebacker Curtis Robinson continues earning praise for his leadership and reliability. Defensive and Sam Williams is also fighting hard to secure his place by showing his athleticism and pass rushing ability. These competitions are exactly what the Cowboys coaching staff wanted, because a stronger internal competition usually creates a stronger football team. Defensive improvements remain a major focus. Defensively, Dallas is emphasizing speed, communication, and creating turnovers. So the coaching staff wants the defense to become more aggressive without sacrificing discipline. Our players have spent considerable time working on pass rusher techniques, tackling fundamentals, and situational football. Several defensive backs have impressed during a camp by forcing incompletions and generating interceptions in the practice session, while linebackers continue improving their communication before the snap. So if this unit continues developing throughout pre-seasons, it could become one of the Cowboys' greatest strengths entering the regular season. So even though training camp is underway, the Dallas Cowboys are not finished evaluating possible roster improvement. The owner, Jerry Jones, has acknowledged that organization remain open to making some significant moves if the right opportunity presents itself. So meanwhile, Dallas has already made a depth adjustment, including adding offensive lineman Sebastian Gutierrez after the opening week of the camp. Around the NFL, a trade discussions continues, and many Cowboys fans believe the team could still add another veterans before the regular season it begins. So one overlooked area of the camp has been special teams. The coaching staff places tremendous value on a player who can contribute to the kick coverage, punt returns, and the field position battles several young players who may not start on the offense or defense are making a strong case for a roster spot because of their special team performance. Those contributions often become the difference between making the roster and being released from the season it starts. And another encouraging development have been chemistry inside the locker room. So the veteran leader have embraced the mentoring a younger teammates while a rookie continue earning respect through a hard work and consistent efforts. Coaches have placed the team energy and professionalism throughout the camp. So building this culture now could prove just as important as improving a talent on field once a regular season it begins. Looking ahead, with a preseason game approaching, the pressure will only increase. Every player understands that strong practice performances must now translate into a live game situations. Coaches will closely evaluate execution, decision making, and consistency before finalizing the roster. For the Dallas Cowboys, the mission remains clear: build a complete football team capable of competing for the NFC title and making legitimate Super Bowl run. The coming weeks will reveal which players seize the opportunity and which veterans secure their roles in the team, and whether the Dallas decide to make another major roster move before the regular season officially begins. One thing is certain: the Cowboys training camp is becoming more competitive every day, and the excitement surrounding American team continues to grow as the kickoff draw is closer. Thought meaningful postseason success would create even more pressure around the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, who is Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Brian Schottenheimer, and entire football operation. The 2026 Cowboys are therefore entering a camp with a very different feeling. There is a new defensive direction under defensive coordinator Christian Parker, several important additions to the roster, a young player expected to continue immediately, and veteran players who are being asked to rise their level to rise their levels. The Cowboys' official training camp preview emphasized the position battles, potential breakout players, and the areas where the roster still needs to improve. And now the priorities are on the competition is being much more physically. One of the biggest reasons Cowboys fans are excited about 2026 is the defensive overhaul. Christian Parker is now leading the defense, and early signs from the training camp suggest that the Cowboys want to play with the more speed, communication, and physicality. So the Cowboys' own coverage has highlighted a Parker defensive coaching structure and the changes taking place within the defensive staff. This is extremely important. Dallas cannot depend only on Dak Prescott and the offense to win the game if the Cowboys want to become a legitimate playoff team The defense has to create stops, pressure quarterbacks, force turnover, and give the offense a better field position. And this is exactly what a Packers defense is trying to establish. The first padded practices have already provided some exciting signs. So for the Caleb Downs is already making a noise in the training camp of the Dallas Cowboys because he is one of the biggest names coming out of the Cowboys training camp is a low-key safety Caleb Downs. Dallas selected Caleb Downs with the number 11 overall picks in 2026 NFL draft. And the organization clearly expect him to become an important part of the defense. So, the Cowboys officially draft coverage described Downs as the versatile defensive backs who can play multiple roles in the secondary. That versatility could be extremely valuable. The modern NFL is built around the quarterback attacking defensive weaknesses. If you have safety who can move around, cover the receivers, play near the line of scrimmage, and communicate with other defensive backs. And early in the training camp, Downs have already been receiving significant attention during the first part of the practice. Downs was among the defensive players who stood out. This is exactly what the Cowboys fans wanted to see in the Caleb Downs. But if he can become reliable or starter who bring intelligence, speed, versatility to the secondary, his impact could be enormous. Another defensive player attracting attention is a cornerback Shavon Level. The Cowboys official report from the first part of the practice described Level as one of the players who stood out, while another report highlighted now. Aggressively, he has been tested against NFL competition. This is an important storyline because a Dallas Cowboy need a young defensive back to develop quickly. If Lever can establish himself as the dependable contributor, the Cowboys could have a much deeper secondary than had previously. So now let's talk about one of the biggest moves Dallas made this offseason. Rashan Gary is now a Cowboys. Dallas acquired a Gary from a Green Bay in exchange for 2027 fourth-round picks. That trade immediately gave the Cowboys another experienced pass-rushing presence. Gary has already been one of the major storylines at a training camp, and the Cowboys official coverage has highlighted the intensity he has brought to Oxnard. For the Dallas, this move is about more than simply adding another name. The Cowboys need a pressure and they need defensive linemen who can win one-on-one matchups. Now we get to one of the biggest questions from the Cowboys fans. So our Cowboys fans, are they finished making move? The answer is not necessarily because the Dallas Cowboys are still on the trade before this season it starts. And recent reporting indicates that Jerry Jones has left the door open for the possibility of another significant move, while the Cowboys have also indicated that they remain interested in improving the roster. But the Cowboys fans need to understand something important. There is difference between a trade rumor, possible trade, and completed trade. This, I think all of you understood this. Right now, there is simply speculation around the NFL because training camps are revealed which team have weaknesses and which player may become available. ESPN has also identified the potential trade scenarios around the league during a training camp, so the Dallas could potentially explode the market if the coaching staff identifies a position that needs a help. The Cowboys do not necessarily need to make a blockbuster trade. A smart mid-level move could be enough if it addresses specific weakness. For example, if the Cowboys believe they need more depth at linebacker, offensive line, and another position, the front office could look for veterans who become available. But, but as of now, fans should treat those possibilities as rumors and roster speculation, not confirmed a deal. So Jay-Sean Barham is another low-key to watch. One of the most interesting surprises in the training camp has been linebacker Jay-Sean Barham. Dallas selected Barham in the third round of the 2006 NFL Draft, and he has quickly become one of the young players receiving attention. Reports from the camp indicate that Barham has impressed the coaching staff with his speed and physical style, and he has been getting important first-team opportunities that could be extremely